All right. Hello, everybody. Apologies for the change of time from the usual programming. Let me just repost everything on all the social media. Make sure that people know what's going on. I had to deal with some family, not emergency, but some family help stuff I had to do, and it took way longer than I expected. So that should be that. Oops. Meteor community. Let's see. Let me sort myself out. How is everybody doing? As advertised, I will be going over Meteor 3, React 19, and everything else that comes kind of under this rubric, say. So I think for the most part, Meteor 3 upgrade is done. There are some issues in regards to tracker and related stuff. So let us get going. Let me check the dependencies. Let's always start. That's a good start to check. And the big thing, of course, first to check. Let me not yet this one. I will be looking first at npm. Compare it with my React versions because I'm running the release candidate versions. It's an exact version, so 0621 looks like I need to upgrade. A lot of updates going on. And just to be sure, I'll have also to check here React DOM. Check here the version, most likely the same, but being cautious is never a bad idea. And the last thing that I'm running experimental is the React compiler plugin. There it is. I don't think there is any new version. It's still 0601 as the latest one, which I have. So Meteor npm I and force because I need to force due to peer dependencies that are what they are. So let's start share screening. Screen 2, I'll put it in a better resolution in a moment. So, and let's also check on GitHub. And what we have going here is relevant to us. In Blaze tutorial. I'm not working on this, so a lot of useless notification. Track registered number collection instances. Fixing, let me move this a bit closer. Fixing improve the performance Windows 10. Okay, let's take a look. That's to Devil. Okay, so we are getting is Windows, is Macs, is Linux. Uh, Interesting. Hmm. Mm, okay, that's good. Okay, so that's yeah, guys. This is like a general, thing when doing PRs. Uh, don't put your namespace testing version into the final PR. That's kind of like a uh, general thing that I will be add here. Uh, and okay, and this is now discussed over here. What is a lot of related issues. Let's see. This for Windows users will be pretty exciting. PR with the Meteor repo. So have interference from Windows Defender is scans files as they are extracted by different binaries. Yeah, the design of Meteor, which assumes a Unix file system for everything. Yeah, that's kind of the standard, sadly. IO calls moves in order to prevent this Unix file system abstraction Meteor, which is why Windows is slower. Okay, so either is the same appender, which is to but even without the defender, it's like freaking, getting Meteor update release like 11 minutes. My God, that's it's a big one. But yeah, I'll leave it to those guys to figure out if that's fine. So let's see. Um, okay, so this is from Ming. He has here $sign and field name. We have Tunguska active. That's something irrelevant. And let me check here if we are going to get the newest note. Yes. We'll get note 2015, note 215. Nice typo Nacho here. So that's good. That will be in the last final release. Let's check here if there are any updates. I think this is misunderstanding. Oh no, it's just that the migration docs. Yeah, of course the docs always trail behind. So and there's already a pull request to fix that. So let's quickly do here. What's this? Windows. Yay. Um, So another deep improvements, I would say. Let's just put here. And that reminds me, there's one thing that I wanted to do and kind of wanted to, before I get into it. And let's see, it was in regards to sponsorships. There is an option. This is kind of something I wanted to go into, which is called bulk sponsorship. Oh, it was just right there, and I've completely missed a bulk sponsor. Yes. And this is something that I wanted to kind of do with everybody here, because it's at least still, we are waiting a few more minutes for everyone to hopefully join in. And the idea here is that you can have, you can put here like the usernames, and then it will, and put how much you want to sponsor, upload it, and it will set up everything for you, which is, and I wanted to go to the forums and some flags here, stuff I need to address, but I want to find here, we do have GitHub sponsor thread here. And I kind of wanted to put that in together so that it's easier for people to quickly get started. So I'll start with me, shamelessly. And let's see. Oh, there's a lot of additions here, actually, now that I think about it. And the big addition that I want to talk about here is Jan Kuster. Let's put him as a second here. All right. Let's see. Another thing I think also, let me know if you are sponsoring somebody that I should be sponsoring. I think Harry Adele also. What's Harry's username? I always blink on that. Let me quickly join on that. And with that question is, is there like do you have like a favorite community package or something in that manner? There he is, and he is not there, so that's another thing to ratify. I think Meteor, Risks, Zimmy, these three guys are no longer active, so where are they? So we'll take a look, a bit of community management as we get started. Oh, here's Rocket Chat. William Rask. So I'll just put him below here. Then we have Zimmy. What was Zimmy's name? Simon. Interesting. Iron Router. I have not really seen him along anywhere, so let's quickly check here if we also have the awesome Meteor list. Let's check if anybody else is new there. You can suppose Alt-D, yes. Wait, there is Southern. Dr. Dimitriou. Yes, so okay, that's a lot of people. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this party started. So we have Aldid. He is not that much around. Zodder needs to be maybe right here. Same thing with Dr. Dimitriou. I put him right here. And I think I accidentally closed him, but that's fine. Oh, so it's actually more people than I thought working around Meteor. Let's get this started. And let's see. I'll even change the picture here. But I'll leave this out. I'll put it right here. So it's some updates. That's good. And finally, just let's finish this. So that's Jan Kapunkt, Zodern, Adele, Radek me, Dr. Dimitriou, Copley KG, and Rask. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Let's save that as book sponsorship template Meteor. And let's see if we can upload it here at the end. Okay, looks like people are started joining in, so we can get on with things shortly. I'm just going to experiment if I can upload here this. This book sponsorship, if I can find this. No, we can't. So that's unfortunate. Let's see, can I do it? No, but interesting. So I'll have to do that some other time. GitHub sponsorship. Let me just put in here the link. Your sponsors. Yes. Okay, so let me just put that in here. Just wanted to update that I have refreshed the list, and that there is an option to create a book sponsorship easily on GitHub. And now that I close it, it's gonna. And let me actually, I'll have this here for a copy. So if you want to get started with the list in opening post, here are the usernames. Now let me double check on Dr. Dimitri that it's capital there or not. That can be, it's not. Be very careful. Cadbert Furious, greetings. All right, so guys in the chat, let me know what are your biggest pain points right now with Meteor 3, so I can kind of maybe give you guidance, look at it. And without further ado, I have installed everything here. The newest React 19 release candidate. I will have this started. And if you watched my, or if you watched on Friday, the Meteor dispatches, then you would know that we are carefully watching on what's happening in the React community, specifically React 19, with all the changes. And I want to kind of test today to see if we get any performance issues like we had last time, or specifically what sometimes happened was that things could get cyclical into the loop of constantly loading and reloading stuff. And let me quickly get my show notes to specifically go to the tweets and issues that I'm talking about. So, yes, rendering siblings of suspended components, breaking common patterns. Let's see, do we have anything new here? This is 4 days, not 4 years. And that also kind of got me going on a rabbit hole, which I discovered via query. But this is another one that's regarding performance. So we have lively discussion going on here. I haven't seen the ones. This is in relation to React Native as well. But this one. So these things are in conclusion. Apologies, I think there might be a lot of background noise. So let me just quickly close the window here to make it better. So we have that finished. So there are things that we need to watch out for when working with React. So actually, yeah, here we go. So here we go. Our app will be closely watching how it behaves and all that fun part. Let's see. So with all of these things in here, I've got kind of actually a message from one of my early developers that there were still some issues in regards to client methods running on the server, so which means without the async. And I think what happened there is that even though I've checked everything under my server folder, just let me do the presentation mode, that's better. I've checked everything, and let me go into this view, so it's a bit much easier. So I've checked everything under server, so there should be no, find one, or there actually still is one about web receiver. Okay, so that's something that we might want to play with today potentially as well, because I merged in. I've merged in the thing that should have be taking care of this. So that's, yes, we'll have to look into that, replace that. But I think I might have forgotten is, or kind of didn't check everywhere, is in the methods in my API, because they also run on server as well. So everything during spacing as well. Cadred Furious has here, my project is Jargon Vault Meteor White fork that allows to use Me3 with View 3. Yes, but there is also the official Vite integration in this, so there shouldn't be necessary any additional fork, and it's from the creator of Vue as well. So Akram himself has been working on it as well. So that shouldn't, maybe predates that integration, but yeah, Meteor now can also handle, or actually for quite a few versions now, as as an option for the building system. That's something I want to probably go to with this project or with my future Meteor projects eventually as well. And the main reason for that is because kind of, Weed is becoming a standard when it comes to build tools. It's kind of interesting because the same thing happened with the browsers. Everybody kind of, for the most part, centered around, Chromium. And we are slowly seeing the centralization for build tools, I think, around Weed. And I've kind of mixed feelings about it. But I think overall, since this is where we are going, then probably right now, out of all the options available, Wheat is the best one. And I will be lobbying or have lobbied to, in the future, kind of move completely to Wheat with as a Meteor build system. I think unless something new and absolutely mind-blowing, even compared to Wheat, comes out in the next 6 months, then I think that's not going to, that's where Meteor is heading. And even if it comes, there is a lot of momentum with all these tools and the ecosystem that at some point it just becomes kind of the standard, or it will kind of become the thing that's not just easily replaced. Something similar happened with React as well, or React, Angular, and that's something I'll be touching on my talk in Poland, hopefully in a few weeks. Is that React is here to stay. There's a lot of Preact and a lot of other replacements. Potentially going to go to Angular, Vue, and I think the big four, which is React, Angular, Vue, and Svelte, to a lesser degree, are here to stay, or pretty much all of them, unless they died very quickly, are to stay just because of the ecosystem. But these four in particular, I think I would even say it would be React, Angular, and Vue, kind of like the big three that are going to remain. Personally, looking, at within compatibility with Meteor, Solid might be a better option, and Solid has been quite a very lot of new, if you're not in Meteor, a lot of new concepts. So that's why I'm kind of looking personally at Solid as a stuff to move. A big thing where I think React can hurt itself is, which we see here a lot with React 19, is how should I say it? Is the over focus on server components instead of instead of also kind of staying with the client side as well. Okay, so I did quickly check. So I did all the direct calls, Meteor calls into the database, but the big thing here is with roles and similar. You can see there's the async, and I've saw that I don't have quite a few of them. So, and another thing which I did is that I have here a new thing is collaborator async. So that's like another new function as well to take into account. And so that needs to be in all of these. I prefer to take it out of the if statements, because then it's reusable in many cases, and I don't have to worry about a lot of other things to make sure it executes properly in the if statement. So it's going to throw me here. So is that because universe is potentially undefined? So let's do that. That's TypeScript here throwing here issue. So at least now we see all the undefineds are gone. Same thing here, but it's complaining here that it's not callable. That's not. I'm using a weight here, so why is that? Let's quickly check. Did I put it in here? Yes, it's here. It's a promise. Maybe I have the definition wrong, but let us move forward. Big thing to also realize that Meteor.user on server awaits, which also begs a question here for me that I'm wondering if I run this on a client with await where it's synchronous. Is that as well? I will have to check there. But let's first check if we have any missing asyncs functions here. Okay, so we can run this with very easily, don't have to wait. Another one quick. So this is another thing that you can also do in your Meteor 2 series. The roles package, if you're at the latest version, has these asyncs calls available. So don't hesitate to start using them. And especially in code that runs to server, that should always be async. Because this one is going to be touching database, hence asynchronous. So that has been roles. And a big one. Okay, this is on server. I'm going to. This has been optimization. This is actually a problem that we have with the read, which is probably not going to change because, as you've seen, I had any inline import or import that was under if Meteor is server, and I'm actually need to put it back. So if we look over here, I have here if Meteor is server, and I have an import, which normally it should be at the top of the file. It shows me, hey, this is a problem. And primarily because another part of this is, if I put this as it is, the client would crash because I cannot import from the server on the client. So let's see here. Is there... default categories, so that it's server only. Oh, this is another place. Server. Because I want the audit logs to be always on server. And actually, yeah, I don't have to put it in the if because the function itself already takes care of it. So that's a big one. So let's see here. We have here is verified. This is an issue that I still have to specifically figure out the types for user, because obviously I have additional functionality and everything. So I want to check, and I also want to check that this functionality has been updated accordingly. Let's see, is verified. So, oops, come on. First of all, for off loops that we want. Okay, and it's not async. That's always kind of what worries me, and you kind of wondering why I'm changing the nice and easy for each for off loop, and that is because of performance. We've covered it again on dispatches, and let's see, in my README, let me share this with you. I think it was this one. Let's take a quick look here. Yes, it's this one. So let me quickly share it with you guys as well. This regards performance and it talks here about the different methods, and this is I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's the number 3, avoid array object methods, and it's just 2/3 slower the map for each, if you use for off and similar, then that's going to be faster. It's a bit of a learning curve, I would say, in that regard, because just using filter, reduce in this case here, and all these other functions is it's just so much easier than putting it in a loop. But I think once you get to it and start doing that, then that's fine. The problem is with object.keys, object.entries, which suffer from similar problems. And they have this end in section 5. So yeah, so it's a very good good article on it. It really gets more in depth in what's actually JavaScript doing and the memory side and all that stuff. Um, I have not implemented everything because sometimes it's just you have to kind of go between the DX and going too much of a needless optimization. But since WebStorm allows me to kind of change the for each to an easy for loop and similar, then that's what I'm doing. And usually those are the most common loops that we get into. So not something to really care about. Okay, so let's see where were we. Yes, so right now I need to figure out, you see my type here, export interface user extends meteor.user, and I'm thinking I'm trying to figure out how to override this in a nice way in Meteor, so it gives me these extra methods. Okay, it adds the types here. And for that, I think I need to look into a package that has implemented legal, which I did here, but it's in there. So this is not the correct one. I need one that's extending the default schema, which is not. I don't think I have anything like this in here locally. Let me think. Let's actually check. Because there's definitely a trick to it. Okay, let me. That I've seen being done. Let's. But I cannot think. So let's think. TypeScript override type in another package. So yes, it was via this declare something and all that stuff. And for that, let's see if I can take a look over here. So we need to figure out. So this is the official compiled declaration. So it's export class, accounts clients, the accounts comments. No, that's actually, that's strange. That should be the types, not the actual code. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Again, not, but it will have to. What? Let's check with. Let's check with ChatGPT. Hope it will not show any embarrassing things. Okay. How do I in Meteor.js override the user type? Or let's do it Meteor.user type. The TypeScript definition file, yes, we have that extended. Okay, here we go. So this is what we need to do. Yes, I know. Declare module Meteor module Meteor interface user. I have here right now the export. So let's try just to put it in there and see what. Like this. Oops, where were we? Yes. So let's remove that. And I need to exit the presentation mode because what I need to do here is run Meteor lint. So I think that's how it should be. And update its types. So let's see. And oh, you see, it's verified. It works. I've added here a little bit of this. So that way, that's for extending the default one. So now I just need to, no, I will actually kind of keep the double declaration because I'm reusing it. But this way I can extend it. I think the types might still be, let's see, meteor.user. Type for that function might still be wrong because of difference between version 2 and version 3. Okay, so to do a quick review what we did so far, let's open Git Kraken and let's get going to review. It's going to be there's going to be a bit more there from my other work, so we need to Yes, that's my other work. So first things first, let's ignore the packages and the UI stuff. If you don't know, there is a new version of the collection hooks package, version 2, release candidate 0. So we've got that. And okay, here we just had some stylistic changes. And then, of course, adding async to roles. So that's what this is all about primarily. And of course, to any other, let's actually check this a bit more thoroughly before we proceed. Here the is, and let's actually only in method is collaborator. So we do still use it in a few places. In encyclopedia, blogs, stories, and so on. So that's what we need to change as well. Again, you have to think about the context. The good thing is, once you go async with these methods, unless you specifically say they cannot work on client, they will still work on client as well. The synchronous version, that's why I'm keeping them, will also work on the client as well, but especially since the function is already there. And if you actually look, if Meteor is client here, it's already returned stuff. So this needs to be here with await and async. This is what really tripped me up. So when you're doing the transition, be very careful about these. And I'm going to replace the switch here for if to make it easier for all the warnings that I was getting. So it still has some issues here with the let's see. I'll have to check very quickly here. TypeScript type definition for a promise function. I think I might have issue in that. So normally it's a promise that returns a number, and yeah, that's like simple if you're not inputting anything. So what if you are inputting, but it's the okay, I see what I did there wrong. So guys, let me show you. It should have been a function that returns promise, not that returns a function. So let's see. I'll go here to universe type and I'll see. So just me getting a bit too happy. So what it is a function that returns a promise, which then resolves to something. Let me check if I don't have it on some other place, which of course I do. because probably also I'm learning still a lot about types and all those things. So with that back there, it should hopefully, it doesn't have it, so let's run the lint again, and that should hopefully get things fixed as it moves the new definitions properly in the proper places. So and that this is Zodern's types package. Oh, come on. I fixed it. Apparently doesn't want to check. So, yes, we have more of these to fix. Let's see. So, guys, let me know in the chat, how far are you with Meteor 3? Meteor 3 migration. How is it going for you? Is there like any pain point that I might not have covered yet, or something that you would like to share or have me look more into? As I slowly get through these and make them async. So Lori, at the very beginning of Meteor 3 migration, it's not using even US Meteor 2. Okay, so yeah, that's the problem we have in weekend, that the US Meteor 2, there's something that in Blaze is breaking the board creation. I think, Lori, it's fair, so I've kind of started looking into that, and I'll continue to do that. So let me open up my schedule for the future. So next week, already July 1st. Wow, the time flies. That's is it really July 1st? My God. I will be looking into upgrading Meteor examples. The week after that, let's see. Oh, I have two streams here on the same date. That's incorrect. So no, so I'll switch this up. So July 1st. Actually, let me check when I scheduled this. I have right now two things to schedule. And I need to check for which Monday it was. Okay, so that was for next Monday. It was supposed to be hot topic, bring yourself fully to work. In which case, that's, since I already sent the invite, I'll keep it there. So I do believe the 8th is the official release. So that's when I will be doing the Meteor examples upgrade, hopefully. And then the week after that, let me schedule that. I will then look under the, let's put it here, so that will be the 15th at 4 p.m. Central Time, or GMT +2. I will be looking into upgrading, we can. I think, kind of what we have there, because of how complex and old the code is, I will kind of try to finish what my previous work with the schema upgrade. But then I will also kind of look on general other modernization options and quick wins, so that we can move things also more faster in the future. That is the idea there, because a lot of things need to be upgraded, need to be kind of synchronized together code-wise, because it's on many places, and as it's very old projects, it has, you could say, multiple design patterns or approaches that are no longer recommended or used very much. So that will be something to really look, look for me to look into and see what are the easy victories that we can have, because that will be, well, in general, that will be a big part of all this, is to make sure that in the future it's working fine, and we can again move forward on that project faster. And of course, once these things get better and better, it's a general, general refactor. I think what's, from me looking at what was needed there, refactor things and improvement. I also saw a lot of multiple versions of similar packages, which I think was one of the issues, or something similar in that manner. So yeah, a lot of things to look through. So it's going to be interesting to look into that. Okay, so here I have things that I've changed, and I've kind of adopted here the pattern from Meteor to just like have synchronous and asynchronous version, which is probably going to go away eventually, but it kind of helps. And actually, what I should have in the synchronous version. So let me go here to kind of show you which, if you have like collection methods like I have here, my approach eventually, after some trial and error, is right here. I can actually upgrade this. So for example, here is the is collaborator method, and then I have, if it's on server, return false, but instead it should be this dot is collaborator async. So it will actually return the asynchronous method, which is defined over here, and that has all the necessary async awaits, and all those things are nicely defined here as well. So where is this? Yes. So this is kind of my approach, how I've taken it. So, even if I have, so again, here, Meteor is server, return this dot is translator async, put in the user and lang. Again, trying to kind of get as much compatibility between those different different versions. Let's see, type here, but eventually I want to change this into the actual types that can comment through. Again, so I cannot really complain too much about vcam code because I do have similar issues in my code as well. So, oh, come on. Because again, it is similar like vcam. It is amalgamation of all the different versions and options that kind of came through the years. And here I see another import here in line. Thankfully for this one, since it's not getting anything from server, I can push it up to the top and be happy with that, relatively speaking. So let's see, what else do I have here for collaboration? Now, I think there is what you can do if you want to run it inside an if statement. You put it in the brackets like this, and use put in the await. It still has here the old still has here the old signature, which I don't understand. If I go to universe and universe type, nope, I still have some wrong here as well. But that was the last of them. Okay, wait, no, that's the wrong file. Okay, now it's happy. And we have only a few. Okay, so this is thankfully how this goes. This should theoretically work because it just pushes it to the asynchronous on the server. But why take any risks here? So universe await fine 1. If no universe, return false. And there we go. So, the benefit of this upgrade is very much that you also get to revisit potentially, wait. You get to revisit a lot of your code. So update async was missing here. So that's like another thing I need to also do a check on my methods as well. If it's only client side, then I can get away with running this synchronously. But you know, since this is method, it will also run on the server, so I cannot have those anything like that. So can we add wait async and replace this thing here? Laurie, which version of Meteor are you currently on? I think, is it like 2.12 or something like that? Just so that I know, kind of thinking about that as well going forward, what kind of capabilities we have when it comes to async. So we have the collaborator. Let's quickly do translator. Okay, so that those are there. And last one we have in this section is data. Okay, then I noticed there that I had the one update. Okay, that has been taken care of. Fine. Let's just check that we have. Okay, instead of find, let's do just if you have fetch. No. One. Remove. We did already update. Let's quickly check upsert. Okay. Let's see here. Let's hash. Ooh. Here we have my statistical utilities. Fun. These for sure. And this is going to be a bit of an issue because I have all those other things here. Okay, so my statistic utilities. Yes, this is not something. Oh, okay, so I'm. For the most part, yeah, I'm not. I can just make it async, and it's like fire and forget. The best part. Okay, so it's just these two. So let's quickly. Yeah, as I said, once you put it in brackets, you can call it. Let's see anything else. A lot of. Okay, let's look at the other update issues. A lot of them will be just allow. I have to actually check if how much is that going or not going away in Meteor 3. And here we go in this stories collections. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Okay, let's definitely make this async. Request collaborator. Yeah, so big thing here, dot count is not available in Meteor 3. Or sorry, it's still available, but it's deprecated. It's actually deprecated been for a while. And it should be, I always forget it. What was the replacement? Thankfully, there we go. So there's actually two things. You can use count async, but that, again, it's the same thing that deprecated since MongoDB 4. What you do is count documents. That's what we want. And that pretty much should replace just first of all, of course, after wait, that should replace it. Because you just put in what you want to search for and get that down. And yeah, fetch a sync here at the end. That's for the collaborator request. So let's see how much I can get away. Async update. Async. Oh, this one is to be awaited. Same thing here. And remove async. Another one here, which needs to be awaited. Okay. Oh, this is a blast from the past. Would this even work anymore? I don't think this would. Just go false, just in case. Yeah, so this there was yes, thank you there. So this was allow, deny. I think, once in 2 weeks, once I update examples, I will probably run across it. So I'm kind of curious how much it's still working or not working. But it was an option where you could actually have the methods theoretically, or you didn't actually have to have methods. If you had this properly set up, you could just, in your components on the client, just do, collection.update and all that call, and it would be both on the client and propagate itself to the server from the client, which as Lori is pointing out, we can also use that a lot. Apologies, something is happening. To step back. Just a moment, guys. All right, everybody, just the neighbor. We are back. Yes, so I do remember we can having this a lot. If you look into the history, actually, Calico Play was the I think one of the few people who really got this correct security-wise. This is actually why this has been, how should I say it, discouraged to use, because it was very easy to make mistakes. And actually, even in this is if looking at this, not right now, but in the future, as the code stands right now, this will be a security hole. And actually, it is security hole already, because what this is saying is that because you can actually, if you go to the let's actually try it and see. This might be a good experiment. Let me quickly get out of the presentation mode, start this. Because what is happening here, you're defining what should happen if you get if there is a request from the client to like insert something, then you just run this and return true or false if it should be allowed, and this allow. So if we get rid of these, once the server starts, I will have to probably think about how to get into the collection specifically, because that has been improved or changed. But let's do a little bit. Let's make this bigger in the console. So let's reload here. Make sure that we have connection properly established. And how this used to be, I could just go Meteor stories. Doesn't work anymore. But if you like, for example, Meteor users, you get into the collections. Let's actually let's first of all let's check here the big Meteor Meteor object. So you can see users are collections now. It used to be that you see the collections for roles and roles assignment. It used to be that you could get a lot of these collections, or maybe that's how it kind of became the standard, by just doing, like, for example, as I tried just a moment before, Meteor.stories, and then start using it. And it is still not sure what the collection here is. That might be oh, that's the Mongo.collection. I see. But let's try. So that's why it's also much more unlikely to be exploitable. Let's try something. Const stories collection equals meteor dot collection stories. Oh, because there is being new. So it's telling me that I already have that. And there's actually one PR that should make it easier to get to those collections. I'm trying to figure out if there is if there was anything altogether there. Or maybe under connection. Or is it maybe now under Mongo? Things moved around quite a bit. So here we have Mongo. No. Unless maybe I went for the wrong. So, okay. So from many perspectives, I think also the default for these allow deny is to deny them by default. Let me try here another thing here as well. Meteor dot stories equals stories collection. Let's try it because I think this is how we are getting the roles object or roles collections into the Meteor object. So once it refreshes, which is now, let's just be 100% sure by having the full reload. Let's try Meteor. Let's see if we can find our stories there now. Yes, you can see it's here with all the stuff. So in theory, let's actually go to the workshop. If I do now meteor.stories.insert, doesn't matter. Let's do an installation. That's not going to kill us. And let's just do its title, client insert, description, something to say. Oh, it wants my slug as well. So, but you see it's going through here. So it's giving me errors. This error is from collection 2. And then one's genres. Which is an array, and I'll call this nonfiction. I'll just call it fantasy. It's fine. Let's see, do we need anything else? Or license. License, CC0. And then we have includes add, is false. Well, actually, yeah, this one it can be true because we're advertising your Meteor. And then it goes here. There's a pending promise. Access denied. No allow validators set on restrict collection. Insert async. So that's actually probably. So what I don't have. So this is the default. So if you don't have anything set there, then it's denied. But you can see I did here just insert. It did return me this, which is the client side version, but then I have insert failed, error access denied still. So let's try, since we are experimenting with Meteor 3, I do insert async, which I do believe was added. Because it might be kind of giving us the access denied because it's insert async. Okay, well, that was a bit wild reload. Didn't expect that. Let's try it like this. And oh, interesting. No error, which means that this went through. And let's see, we don't have anything on the server. Let me spin up, which I wanted to do anyway. Let me spin up Mingo and see if it's there. So local connected, stories, and let's see, column 1, created at, and there we go. There it is. It's client insert, and let's see. It has my user ID. It's there. So if I reload here, because I think I have it here on GraphQL, so it's not. It is not reactive. Yes, you can see it now. It's here. Client insert, and that's how you can. And that's kind of where the allow deny comes in. So if you are using that, as we kind of seen, the non-async ones are not going to work. So we need to migrate them to async. That means also all the inserts that go to server need to be async, which makes sense because this code, if you run it on server, is going to fail. And what it did here is, once it comes in, I think there are two, something like that. I have to look it up on more details, but you kind of get the document that's requested to be inserted or updated. Then you also get the user objects, survey, but you can always get, thing. Here I have it very simple. If it is a user, then yes, allow insert, everything is fine. Which needs to be upgraded because we only want to allow for verified users to be able to do that. But we don't even want to do that because we just want them to go through the official forms and methods that do those checks. But it is possible, for example, socialized packages utilize this heavily. Kelly has been, as I said, one of the top people who could really get it done perfectly. So I'll have to actually check in my forks here to make sure that the asyncs allows are there as well. So this way you could, really make it very, very easy from the client to kind of insert stuff, and even more probably simplify your code if you are good at it. But that's a problem. There was actually a competition in, with increasing difficulty about securing allow and deny. And there was, I think it was like maybe like 2 or 3 people out of the 100 or so that tried it failed. And that was kind of like the initial, it's like, okay, guys, it's too easy to fail this, especially in large code bases. So that's why everything kind of went to the methods and to that instead of allow deny, which in a way it's like the original concepts of Meteor like this are beautiful and really do allow for some magical stuff, but it has proven, and let me get rid of this, that sadly it's very, very easy to make mistakes with security issues. Not that you cannot make the same mistake when building a method. That's still possible, but usually with audit arguments checks and the checks package, you are much more careful about these things, and you're thinking about what context are you as compared to this wide one which is supposed to encompass the entire application. So I think it works great for small apps that don't do that much, but once you start getting complicated, more advanced, like with Dreamiverse, it's so easy to make mistakes. Though at the same time, I would say a lot of the checks, you then kind of outsource them into a function anyway. So there's a lot of repetition. Yeah, not sure how I, it makes sense that it goes away, but in a way it's also a bit sad because it was a very cool pattern. But yeah, that's how you can, kind of. I was like playing for quite a while with the idea. You can actually do it with a lot of the Meteor apps. That's I can just do here meteor.call and then call if I know the method name and call it and do that stuff. I was playing like with the idea that for which doesn't make sense for the audience, but if there is some crazy power user that that they could just open up the console and start typing it all the commands very easily to get some basic stuff done. But it starts kind of falling apart once you get into the more complicated structures for data, like the story text, which is using prose mirrors. So that one has a very crazy structure, and there's like no freaking way you can write that JSON structure on your own. That's kind of where the editor comes in. All right, so we get back to Git Kraken here. Yes, we fixed our types here a little bit. Here, packages with our definition, stats. Then we have our methods and collections. there as well. And the rest is not related. So Meteor 3, more async updates. Hopefully the last batch. It's like every time you think, okay, now I have it, there's always something can come up and disturb your plans. Did I? Yes, it should be this passport. Yes. So let me push that and let's get back to our code here. Okay, so this was a fun history lesson with allow, deny. I think I'm going to have a lot more fun with we can and the examples. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, there's some object. I don't remember exactly what. There. Anyway, so with that said and done, let's zoom this a little bit out so I have more space to work here. Let's take a look how. Oh wow, that's much faster than it used to be. How React 19 is shaping up with the latest release candidate. So before I had some issues here. Let's go here into, yeah, you saw it. It still remain an issue in here as well. The loader started twice. Only once pretty fast, yeah, twice. So let's quickly go into the profile and see what's happening. So it's 5 re-renders. Okay, so the first one is navigation, I believe. Step, and we are in suspense. That's where is this route? Render route provider, verified only, suspense. So this is the loading. This is we are getting in. Okay, so we're over here, and this is probably the loading. Interesting. It looks like it might have appeared for a moment. And there it is again. So I think if it's like twice like that, it might be just it might be just the strict mode that I'm using. So that's pretty good improvement. A little bit here. I know all stuff. So all is good. That's a big improvement. So as a final thing that I want to share with you guys today, and this is something that I've discovered only recently. Let's get rid of that here. Let's see if I can find a nice way where to show it. Again, apologies. I'm going to switch to the presentation mode. Okay. So, and this is something as I was looking at query and thinking about how to use it potentially with Meteor, especially like with subscriptions. The issue there is caching and Minimongo. There was, let's see, since we were already in the messaging, let's kind of start here. So, or I'll start with overview data. Oh no, we don't. That's kind of. Oh, I know a good place. Profile. It's a good place here. So there is an option, in a query that allows you to, if this variable is undefined or false, I think, then don't perform this query. That's what kind of wanted to add, and it is an option. It is an option as well over here, and in this case, it would be that we do undefined in case of if we don't have user, which then should not consider. We can get it everywhere, not always, which will then not trigger the subscription. So it's not available always, but as you've seen here in dashboard friends, I call like the function, how many there are friend requests, and so on. But then, I don't want to trigger the subscription because again, that's an overhead if I don't have a user here. And let's see, sadly, it's nothing on here. So that's one of the optimization. Let's see if that worked a bit. I think we had one less of a loader here, so for a little bit, which might have been related to the initial setup of the subscription. So that's another neat trick how to improve, you could say, performance of your application. And one of the other thing that's been playing there had been the flash news, but I should have. Okay, here they are, app flash news. I've not updated them yet. So we get them. Let's see. So I think that the big trick here is to find some, not necessarily like places, but find where you're subscribing to data, and you have the user. You need the user there for something, Actually, yeah, let's go for, let's see, settings. Now I need to do a bit of a cleanup here. SEO. Okay, so that's divided between setting account, and that just gets the account and everything. Doesn't do any subscription. So that's not helpful. Sightseeing profile. Let me quickly check here the proper. Oh, it's not even available anymore. So oh my god, it's been a while since I touched this. Let's see. I think user change is bio might be where I subscribe. No, I don't subscribe in the bio. So wait, where's the profile coming from? It's coming from context, isn't it? So I'm actually improve my context here in that case. Account provider, yes, this is it. So if the user ID exists, then do this, else do just subscription, and for good measure, undefined. Let's see if we can get. No. So let's do an if statement here. If user ID, else if we have subscription, and we'll have a let here which says that subscription name by default is going to be undefined. If we have user ID and no subscription, then subscription name is profile. And finally, subscription if nothing else comes there. Okay, that's much clearer. No. So it's string or undefined. It's not going to like the undefined here, I'm guessing. So it should be string in the definition. And what else do you have here? Yes, user ID is a dependency here as well. Mm-hmm. And it would be could probably also use profile. Wait, am I using it? Okay, a lot of the settings here. So let's do the same thing here. Oops, I forgot the big part at the top. So this should help, I would say, with the initial subscription, which I had sometimes when or in the past. So let's maybe see if the big thing is if it doesn't break anything. So I think it looks good. I would say maybe it's actually pretty good. All right, I have a question here from Dimitri Demon. You know other languages besides English? Yes, I also can speak a little bit German, more listen than anything. Czech is my mother tongue, say, or native tongue. And I also know a little bit of Japanese when it comes to it. I need to really improve on that. So English is my second language. All right. So this has been that. Let me actually reference you guys to issue where I learned it. It's not pull request. It was dependent execution, I called it. I'll post the link as always in the chat. Where this is kind of, I get the original reference. And if let's see, do we have here the workaround? No. If you are interested, maybe having your first contribution to Meteor, you can take this information about the undefined subscription. So once again, if you pass into like Meteor.subscribe undefined, it's not going to trigger the subscription or the overhead. Because, for example, let's say I have here a subscription. It's that requires the user to be logged in, but I already know from the client that the user is not logged in. So if I just call the subscription, it's going to establish the subscription. It's going to make all the checks on the server, where the server determines, okay, you are not logged in, so I'm either throwing back an error or just this not ready, without sending you any data or anything, and that overhead is there. But if you then pass in that subscription doesn't start because the user is not logged in, that will save you the overhead that it creates. It will help you on performance. And also, even if there is the with React, like with multiple re-renders or before it gets the data and everything, it will save you again overhead and time, performance on the initial initialization where the data is not there. So instead of trying again doing the connect and slowing everything down, this will speed it up because you don't start a subscription and everything that follows without having first the data. And this cannot just be for the user, but can be, say, I have route, which actually that's a good use case that I thought about. Not so maybe universe main. Okay, I have a GraphQL here, which actually doesn't help. This is actually benefit of the subscription model over GraphQL, because in this case, GraphQL, if I don't have, universe ID here undefined, and if that's undefined, then don't look for it. But on this level, it's probably not that big of a deal. But I want to go to universe. Where's my router? So here, router universe, because I do believe that, yes, I do subscribe here if there is universe ID from params. So I could improve this to like this. Probably the same thing with story ID. So here, if I don't get from the params the story ID, or if it's undefined or null or anything, then I pass in the undefined in the subscription. It's not going to happen. And things are going to be fine. Oh, I need to check on this as well. Apologies. Just quickly jump here to stories collection. And again, saves you some time. Okay, I'm just going to quickly update the schema here, because for all these things, you don't have to pass in anything. That's just the design stuff. So yes, so that's again, and we can have it here, router fun art. So if no fun art, nothing is going to be shown. This is on the user side. So if there is, I can make this very simple. If there's if there's no user in in the workshop, doesn't make sense to even start the subscription, and we are happy. Okay, let me just do big of reformat here. Type fun art. Use tracker. Interesting. That should be. Let's find one. Yeah, that's going to be fun art. Let me check here. It's. Oh, I see what happened here. This is, if you want to define on the collection, so you know what's coming back. Okay. So let's do import type art. Let's see. Yes. You don't need actually. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So we have a fun art here that gets put in. Let's see. Do we have? Let's double check. Oh yeah. If we have any duplication here, just in case. Yes, we do. So fun art. So we just rename it so that we know that conflict. And what's going to happen now, you can see that the return of the type is fun art, which should get, hopefully, yeah, that should have. Interesting, that should have gotten it. It should have been fine, because that's the. What's your problem? You cannot miss unless. Where is this? Oh, it's because it's coming from different definitions. That's a no-no. So let's do. Some good adjustments over file. Pick a file metadata. So that's one thing that was better. And we have ratings here, which before was just a string. This also needs to be updated. So, or I can just remove it, and I'm going to import type fun art from fun arts module. Which of course is I need to look at the other one where this is being imported from. Like fun art, no, we want to have it from oops. Because I don't know where I am here, so and let's see. Of course, that means I need to change the import route here. File manager definition. And now everything should be in sync. Okay. It's been over 2 hours since I started. Apologies for the late start. If actually you prefer this later start, let me know in the chat or in the comments. And I might change when things get started. So that was another sprint through Meteor 3. with the new React 19 or with the latest release candidate 90, I am seeing, I think, at least a lot less trouble than I had before. Part of it is because I also fixed quite a few troublesome parts already. And this is not working because the server, it has probably crashed. So let's quit it. No, it's running. So maybe sometimes during the refreshes that we were doing, it got disconnected. So I just need to make, actually, and let's finish very quickly on that. And that's going to make my designer happy. Here, this button. Scratchpad data. Yes. Kind of curious maybe if this is going to and let's do here that if no user ID return null. Yeah, okay, so that was Scratchpad has loaded a bit faster. And I just also need here start menu and there has been a change in plans here. This doesn't matter if it's mobile navigation anymore. Boom. Okay, and I need to get, let's start with the messaging quickly, see if we can make it faster. Okay, we have the counter, that's the slow part. So let me borrow this import. And yeah, I have to adjust the Scratchpad button, CSS button, start menu button. Yeah. Let me see if just this having to true is going to be enough. And once it refreshes, yeah, that helps a little bit because that's meant for the mobile view. Let's see. Huh. Okay. I think it might be a little bit faster. Let's combine it with the notifications button. Trying to go here to the data. Use user ID. All right. Last experiment. And I think it might be slightly faster. Just a little bit. Because the problem there is, of course, that I'm using this published performance counts, which I have also upgraded to Meteor 3, but performance-wise, I am wondering if maybe might be not able to get away with not showing them if I don't have any data for a bit. Okay. But yeah, I think there is the slight performance improvement. Okay, I'm going to keep the S mobile, and after dinner, I'm going to fix this to what my designer wants. So it says scratch pad. Actually, I might be do it like that. Wait, what is the name of it? Mobile navigation. Just to make it more flexible. And I'll take care of that. As you can hear, probably my voice is running out. Still recovering from the black cough. Super annoying, especially if I want to do any exercise. Really can't, because within a few moments I start coughing and it's not pleasant. Which makes me kind of hungry because I want to exercise and get fit again. Anyhow, let's finish this off with the usual. If you found this interesting, or would you like to see more, would you like me to work more on open source, you can sponsor me on my GitHub sponsorship pages. I have various tiers with different options. Recently, I've updated the top tiers, and I will be looking into the lower tiers. But also, and let me see if I can get this in a nice way here. I also offer consulting for Meteor. So if you want to have one-on-one or with your team or anything like that, I offer consultations, 30 minutes and 1 hour, or potentially more if you want to. Until Meteor 3 official release on the 8th, I am running a consulting fee. So get it while you can. And after the official release for a month, I will still be running a discount, just not as big as it is currently now. Price will go up. And within 2 months, I will be probably removing the Meteor 3 migration consultation. This is for you to get kind of started to answer for me to answer any questions or anything else that comes to mind in regards to Meteor 3 migration, and potentially we can then agree that I can help you in a more advanced role with different pricing schema and all that stuff. I kind of do it this way because I want to first to see your projects, potentially to see, if this is actually something that I can be of more use than a general consultant, because I got in the past offers to work and operate different application. The problem was that, for example, the front end was in a front end language or front end framework that I don't know, or that I don't know that well. I think one of them was Blaze. So I had to say no because it just was not feasible with also at that time with my commitment to everything else to do that. So because I want to kind of give you the best options, that's why if you're interested in that, first please reserve a consultation, and then we can discuss things forward. This also, especially if you go for the regular consultation, might include additional work afterwards from me. So maybe updating some packages, but within reason. All right. Yes, so that's what's available. If you cannot afford this or don't need it, but would like to share support, there is the option to like the video, subscribe to my channel so that you can see what's coming up, and in general interact. Write comments in the chat. All that stuff helps, and every little thing helps. On my sponsorship page, if we go back here, there is also a list of affiliate links that if you use or decide to use one of these things listed over here, I get sometimes, not always. Some of them are kind of like my just benefits to you, like Constant Contact. I don't really get anything from it, but you get $75 in credits. The same thing with, where do we have it? Where do I have it here? Why just blanking on the name? Oh, I don't have it here, but that's a mistake I need to fix then. I will have for you, in that case, it should be Brain FM. Let's see if I can. Yes. Let me quickly fix that. And because if you don't know, and I might actually use it more in the future, let me copy the referral link. Brain FM has it's like a specific background music that's supposed to either help you with relaxation, focus, meditation, or any of the other things. It's pretty cool. Again, it kind of belongs into the part of I don't get anything from it, but because I've bought into this early as an early investor with lifetime membership, but you can get some discount. Let's just quickly get here. For today's free trial, kind of, how should I say it? Let's quickly fix that. All right, let's update profile. Let's go in here, and there we go, Brain FM for you to enjoy. All right, so I hope you find something interesting here from all those things that are here. Most of them, all of them I have used. Some of them or most of them I'm still using myself. So all of them I recommend. You will get more of them when we're up to date if you become my sponsor in my newsletter. That's where I keep everything up to date. So that will be there. Once again, let me add the link to the consultation, call.com/storyteller. That's where you can get my consultation. And with that, I wish you a good night or a good rest of the day, or from the other end of the world, good morning. And I will see you either on Friday with the regular Meteor dispatches, or I'll try for Wednesday to have a 1-hour help desk, which will be, or actually no, it will start next week. I will be starting a help desk probably with Jan Kuster, and that will just quickly go for strictly 1 hour. What we can kind of find across the forums, Slack, and other places, and we'll be kind of moving issues and along and trying to help with stuff. So stay tuned for that. And with that, again, have a nice rest of the day, and I will see you on Friday or next week. And reminder, next week is we're talking about a hot topic about work-life balance, about bring yourself to work. It was kind of like the work and how that is working or not working for everybody involved. So with that, bye.